Hi crafters, it's Karen, and I have another scrapbook process layout to share. I'm using the Little by Little paper collection from Shimelle. I just love the paper collection. It has so many cute, youthful images and youthful color combinations like these clouds. Just a really cute paper stack, I think. And I'm scrapbooking these photos of me and my grandson AJ, and he's just mesmerized looking out of this big, huge window. So for this layout, I cut out a bunch of the clouds from that cloud sheet, and I decided that they really needed to be outlined. And I'm using the journaling pens from the Bible journaling section at Michael's. I think they're from American Crafts. Anyway, I felt like they needed to have some outlining, and I gave them all some like hashtags and little hearts along the edges, just to add to that doodling look and that whimsical feel, So I outlined them all. I just love this photo of AJ. This was back in October when my mother-in-law was in the hospital in Fort Lauderdale, and I had taken a break with him and went down the hall, and they had this one wall of windows in this little seating area, and so I just sat on the floor with AJ, and as soon as he looked out that window, I couldn't get him to take his eyes away. I mean, from the window you could see out into the water and all of the other buildings in Fort Lauderdale and the busy streets, and he was like mesmerized. It was so sweet. So I'm taking these distress inks from Tim Holtz. I think one is Peacock Feathers and the other is Shabby Shutters, I'm pretty sure. And I am going to stamp them on a clear plastic baggie and then add some water just to get that watercolor effect for my background. And I feel like I added too much. If I could change anything, I wouldn't have had so much color, or it wouldn't have been so intense. I love the colors, but I felt for this layout it was too bright, but I really do love these colors together. So I'm going to dry them up, and I wanted the layout to go from a top right to the bottom left kind of diagonal orientation, the way that I set my clouds out. So now I'm going to take the Broken China Blue Distress ink from Tim Holtz, and I'm just edging my paper really slightly. I'm not giving it a deep edging, but I am giving it that blue tone along the edges. And that star paper from Shimelle is going to be my background. And I end up giving the sheet a lot more tape than I normally would, only because I know this cardstock had been wet, and I wanted to make sure that it adhered properly to that star paper. So there's my background. So I'm going to play around with my clouds a little bit and set them around. I know that I'm not going to end up using all of them, but I'm trying to decide which colors I want and where. And I've seen this type of layout done several times. Some scrapbookers have done it with like butterflies or flower petals or what have you. So I thought I wanted to use clouds since we're up on like the, 8th floor of this building, and we were really high, and it just brought to mind looking down at the clouds, or looking out into the clouds. So I gave my photos a tight, border, a tight white matte around the edges. Sorry. Now I'm going to go through my 6x6 pad and find some coordinating colors to also matte behind the photos, and I'm going to do the mattes also in type mattes, and very close mattes, like a 1/4 of an inch or so matte around the photos. So one I'm doing in that pretty blue color and the other in the green, and I feel like they both match not only the photo but the background as well, and the clouds. I love this color swatch sheet. I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to use a half of it for each photo. I have so many pictures. Joe had walked up and saw AJ and I sitting there, and like I said, it was so sweet. He was just mesmerized looking out that window, and Joe took a bunch of pictures because it was just so cute. So I have a lot of photos similar to this, so that I'm also going to scrap, and you know, I have a couple other ideas for these photos, so it's nice that I get to scrap the photos in a couple of different ways. I mean, the photos are all very similar to each other. They're not the very same photos, but you know what I'm saying. So I thought this black polka dot sheet cut in half would work as a real sweet border, you know, just to you know, keep those photos together in, you know what I mean, to sort of block apart my photos. And I put this first photo on dimensional tape, and I put it slightly higher than the one next to it. And now I'm going to play with my clouds and decide how I want to position them. I didn't use any other embellishments for this layout because I felt like between the watercolor background that I gave it and all of these clouds, and then I do some, it's not stamping, but I use a stencil, you'll see in a moment. You know, with all of that, I felt like it was busy, so it really didn't need any other embellishing. And just the clouds and the background. And I'm using this gel glue from Aleene's, and I really like it, except it does take a while to dry, so I decided not to use it on the other clouds. As you can see, I'm trying to get it to be tacky. It's not as tacky as the white. This clear gel isn't as tacky as the white Aleene's. So I'm going to go back and use my fine line bottle with this Scotch quick dry glue in it for the rest of my clouds. And I love that these clouds all have different patterns to them. They look like they were, you know, cut from different sheets of paper with different stamping on them. It's just very cool, and I felt like outlining them really enhanced them that much more. And as you can see, I don't use all my clouds, so they will be put away for another layout. And this is a stencil. I picked this up at the expo a little while back. It might be from Starcrafters, but it's all these fine little heart groupings of hearts. Really cute. So I'm using my black ink to give make it look like black heart stamping. like the hearts are stamped on. Sorry. And now I'm going to outline the whole layout all around the page, and that will tie in the outlining I did of the heart of the clouds. And I thought about, instead of using the stencil with the black ink, that I should have just doodled my own little hearts in there. I think it may have come out a little bit better if I had just doodled, if I used the right pen to just doodle 3 little hearts in different sections underneath those clouds. It would have looked cool and would have gone with the doodling effect that I have going on in the layout. So I'm going to work with my title here, and these are the Stampabilities. They're like, or Stickerabilities. They're from Paper Studios at Hobby Lobby, and these are like epoxy stickers. And I'm just spelling out the word wonder. And that, pure and simple, is my title. And these are some DIY stickers that I found at Tuesday Morning from the DIY shop. And one says "You and Me," and the other one says "Today." And it is white lettering on gold foil stickers. Just really sweet, and a lot of cool sentiments in that set. So I thought that worked real well. And then in the top right, where I made a little mistake with that inking, I found one that says "Dream" to kind of disguise my stamping, or not stamping, ink effect, or ink mistake, sorry. Now some gold splatters from the Recollections gold spray. And that's my layout. A quick one today. Thanks so much for watching. Pictures are coming up, and I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.